OpenAI was awarded a $200 million U.S. defense contract. Meta warned users to avoid sharing personal or sensitive information in its AI app. And Instagram is running another test of a repost feature. It's Tuesday, June 17th, and here's a quick look at tech in the news this morning from Engadget. OpenAI has just launched an initiative called OpenAI for Government, starting with a modest new contract. The company was awarded $200 million by the U.S. Department of Defense to develop prototype frontier AI capabilities to address critical national security challenges in both warfighting and enterprise domains. That's according to the DoD's website. The contract is the DoD's first with OpenAI. It will last a year and take place largely in an area that includes D.C. and nearby counties in Maryland and Virginia. Now, the company said its new program will provide federal, state, and local governments access to its latest models through ChatGPT Enterprise and ChatGPT Gov, along with custom models for national security on a limited basis. Last year, OpenAI announced that it was partnering with Palmer Luckey's defense startup Anduril Industries to develop AI for the Pentagon. The companies said they aimed to combine OpenAI's models, including GPT-4o, with Anduril's systems and software to improve the U.S. military's defenses against unpiloted aerial attacks. However, OpenAI and the Department of Defense did not reference Anduril or drone defense in their announcements yesterday. The contract does open up a new source of revenue for OpenAI. The company recently said it will increase sales from around $10 billion currently all the way to $125 billion in just 4 years, without providing many details on how it plans to do that. Currently, OpenAI makes money from ChatGPT for consumers, along with business products and its application programming interface. It spends a lot more than it makes, having lost $5 billion in 2024 on around $4 billion in revenue. In January, OpenAI announced the $500 billion Stargate program to develop additional computing power in the U.S. The company completed a $40 billion financing round that values it currently at over $300 billion. However, critics have argued that despite burning enormous amounts of cash on cloud infrastructure, it still has no clear path to profitability. Relations are also reportedly tense with the company's close partner Microsoft at the moment. Meta seems to have finally taken a small step to address the epidemic of oversharing happening in the public feed of its AI app. The company has added a short disclaimer that warns users to, quote, avoid sharing personal or sensitive information to the post feed button in the Meta AI app. The change was first spotted by Business Insider, which labeled the app one of the most depressing places online due to the sheer volume of intimate, embarrassing, and sometimes personally identifying information that Meta AI users were, apparently unwittingly, publicly sharing to the app's built-in Discover feed. Though Meta AI does not share users' chat histories by default, it seems that many of the app's users were choosing to share their interactions without actually realizing it would make the voice and text chats visible to the public. Strange public interactions have been happening since the Meta AI app rolled out in April, but received renewed attention last week after social media users began posting about all of the weird conversations that were visible in the app's Discover feed. Privacy experts criticized Meta, noting that most other mainstream AI chatbots do not include a social, publicly visible feed. Rachel Toback, a security expert who has previously partnered with Meta, said, if a user's expectations about how a tool functions don't match reality, well, you've got yourself a huge user experience and security problem. Humans have built a schema around AI chatbots and do not expect their AI chatbot prompts to show up in a social media-style Discover feed. It's not how other tools function. The Mozilla Foundation also urged Meta to change the app's design, saying, Meta AI's app does not make it obvious that what you share goes fully public. There's no clear iconography, no familiar cues about sharing like in other Meta apps. Now, the company has apparently taken note. With the change, choosing to share a Meta AI interaction publicly prompts a warning, though it only seems to appear on the first share. As Business Insider noted, the app's public feed also seems to no longer feature text exchanges other users have shared with the app, only AI-generated images and video. It's unclear if that's a permanent change or the result of the recent negative attention the app's received. Engadget reached out to Meta for more information, and will update this article if they respond. Instagram is testing a new repost feature. TechCrunch reported that the social media network is currently running a test that gives users the opportunity to repost content. The current feature test is focused on resharing a post, the content that appears in a user's feed, as a new post. The platform does already offer the ability to share a post to someone's story, but this post-to-post repost would be a new addition to the available interactions. A rep from Meta confirmed that the tests are happening, but declined to add any additional comments. Instagram did a very similar test of a very similar feature back in 2022, and also trialed a repost button all the way back in 2017. Considering the company has made multiple attempts at an idea that's already well established on other social networks, it seems surprising that the platform would once again revisit this idea. Between posts, stories, reels, and DMs, Instagram already has a lot of unique content types. On the one hand, there are plenty of ways to share and resurface content, either your own or another account's to the feed. On the other hand, though, having different rules about what material can be shared to which format can put users in confusing situations. Thanks for listening. There's more to these stories and a whole lot more tech news at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism from Steve Dent, Carissa Bell, and Anna Washenko, and was voiced and produced from the sound studios of Spoken Layer. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow morning with more tech news from Engadget.